I told him we should just stay friends. He didn't respond. Instead, he blocked me before I even made it home. Sounds extreme, right? But that's exactly how it went down. One sentence, one quiet conversation, and by the time I reached my front step, it was like I'd been erased from his life. If you've ever tried to let someone down gently, only to watch them vanish like you screamed, "Get out of my life," then you'll understand. Hit like. Leave a comment. This one's for people like us. It all began with the best of intentions. Doesn't it always? We weren't officially together, but it was far more than friendship. That undefined middle ground, late-night calls, midday texts, playlists we built together, inside jokes only we got, and weekends that started with "wanna hang out?" and ended with him staying over. No labels. No pressure. Just this easy, effortless rhythm between us. And maybe that was part of the confusion, because I didn't fully understand what it was, only that it felt comfortable. I'd just come out of something heavy, something that broke more than it built. I was still healing, still piecing my heart back together when he quietly walked into my world. No sweeping gestures. No big moments. Just consistent presence. Again and again he showed up. And for a while that was all I needed. But then came the part nobody prepares you for, when someone starts falling in love with you while you're still putting yourself back together. He never told me outright, but I saw it. In the way he watched me ramble about the most random things, how he remembered throwaway comments from weeks ago, how he never made me feel like I was too much, even on my roughest days. And I panicked, because I could feel what he wanted. Something solid. Something real. And I wasn't sure I could give that to him. So I said the most overused line in every complicated situation: "I think we should just be friends." It wasn't rehearsed. I didn't mean to hurt him. It just slipped out. We were sitting in his car, parked outside my place. He had just handed me my favorite snack, the one I'd mentioned craving in passing a couple days before. He was so thoughtful, so unaware of the emotional grenade I was about to drop. And then I said it. Quietly. Gently. Like maybe my tone could soften the blow. He didn't yell. He didn't ask questions. He didn't cry. He just looked at me, nodded slowly, said nothing, and let me step out of the car. I remember standing at my front door, the cold night air biting my skin, my fingers fumbling with the keys. My hands trembled. The regret came almost immediately. I wanted to call his name. I wanted to undo what I'd just said. I wanted to admit I was scared, not finished. But I didn't. Instead, I walked into my apartment, sank into the couch, and opened Instagram. He was gone. Checked WhatsApp. Blocked. Texts. Green bubbles. Twitter. Unfollowed. Like I had never existed. First came the shock. Then the wave of panic. Then this strange ache in my chest, grief and guilt twirling together like dancers, settling somewhere deep in my ribs. I hadn't expected it to be so final. I thought maybe we'd drift. Maybe check in once in a while. Stay in that weird space between not together and not strangers. But he didn't leave that door open. He shut it clean. Like I was a chapter he refused to reread. And that stung more than I expected. The next few days, I tried to convince myself I did the right thing. He deserves someone sure. You can't force what isn't there. You're just not ready. But the more I repeated those lines, the more empty they sounded. Because if I'm being honest, I wasn't unsure about him. I was unsure about me. He was solid, steady, kind. And I didn't know how to accept that. I didn't know what to do with a love that didn't come with chaos, that didn't make me prove my worth over and over again. I was used to chasing, to fixing, to fighting for attention. But he didn't ask for any of that. He just wanted me, exactly as I was. And I didn't know how to be that version of myself with someone who actually saw me. So I pushed him away, using the safety of friendship as a mask for my fear. It's strange how silence can speak louder than any argument, how being blocked can echo louder than being shouted at. He didn't send a long message, didn't ask for reasons, didn't curse me out. He just disappeared. And for the first time in ages, I learned what it feels like to be too late. I won't pretend I haven't written him a dozen unsent messages, typed and deleted, started with "hey" and ended with silence. Because what do you even say to someone who heard your sentence as an ending instead of a pause? I'm sorry I was scared. I'm sorry I hid behind friendship because I didn't know how to say I cared. I'm sorry I didn't believe someone could love me gently. But I never hit send. Because maybe he deserves someone braver. Someone who didn't have to destroy everything just to realize what she truly wanted. The truth. I miss him. Not just the memory. Him. The way he brought a sense of peace with him. The way he truly listened, like my words had weight. The way he looked at me like I wasn't damaged. Just learning. Just growing. I don't know if he'll ever come across this. I don't know if I still cross his mind. But if I do, if even a tiny part of this finds him, I hope he understands. I didn't say, just friends, because I didn't care. I said it because I cared so deeply, I didn't know what to do with it. So if you've ever pushed someone away before you could explain why, if you've ever chosen comfort over vulnerability, if you've ever been blocked and thought, maybe I deserve that, leave a comment. I see you. And if you want more stories like this, real, unfiltered, honest, hit subscribe and turn on notifications. Because we all mess up love sometimes. What matters is what we learn from the silence that follows.